Boruto Two Blue Vortex. Now, if you are a fan of this manga, you already know the main gripe is the whole monthly release. This should not be a monthly manga. At the very most, we should be doing bi-weekly. And I say this because we have been doing some setup. These last 2 chapters have been set up, but they are very high paced. However, you would not be able to tell this because we have to wait 30 days for the story to update. So Two Blue Vortex in actuality has been 2 blue balls, my nigga, because I'm on the edge. I have to wait until October for some spoilers. And no lie, chapter 2 did have me feeling a type of way because honestly, I could recap this in a sentence. Boruto tells Code that his updates of the 10 tails are dangerous and one day Code will not be able to control the 10 tail grind. Now from a storytelling standpoint, we waited 30 days for that one sentence. But the Renegon reappeared and Boruto has a new Rasengan, so that acted as medicine to hold us through for the next 30 days, right? We also got confirmation that Boruto and Code did in fact fight over the time skip, but if you have a brain, you knew that in chapter 1. And I'm not hating on the storyline, I'm not hating whatsoever. In fact, I think what's going down is actually very good. It's just the amount of time we have to wait for the next chapter is crazy. And this made me come to the realization that Boruto is best read in bulk. I just reread the first and second chapters, and let me tell you, they are setting up something very solid. Now, between the first 2 chapters of Boruto, there have been 3 reoccurring themes that are continued to be built upon. The first thing we have is Boruto's off-screen battle with Code. This has gone on to fuel new power scales, Sasuke death theories, and even theories suggesting that Code possesses a Renegon. Now, after the release of chapter 2, we can make the guess that Code got the better of Boruto 2 years ago, which has now forced Boruto into training and coming back with this new Rasengan. But the one thing I'm not buying is the Sasuke off-screen death theories. Like, bro, you are not doing my man's off screen. Now, the second point that they are hammering in on us is Kawaki has not fully accepted his role as an Uzumaki. In chapter 1, it was Mitsuki getting hit with the cold shoulder by Kawaki, getting the groupie treatment, and now we have Himawari in chapter 2. Now, this may possibly be a sign that Kawaki may be experiencing feelings of guilt. Maybe we'll get some internal dialogue in future chapters, but these may also be signs of what will cause Kawaki's future demise. If Kawaki can't even be a best friend to Mitsuki, a big brother to Himawari, why would he be able to be a lover for Ada? Kawaki's lack of emotional availability may be what turns Ada away from him, so much so that she could even be pushed into helping Boruto. And if Kawaki doesn't ruin his own plans, then you know my girl Sarada will come in and save the day. And let me say this right now, I believe Boruto will have the best fights in part 2 of Boruto, but Sarada may have a better storyline. She may be put in tougher situations, right? Which brings me to my third plot point being our antagonists do not truly have full control over their situations. If we look at Kawaki and Code, they're actually built in the same archetype. As the threat outside of the village, Code is the antagonist to Boruto. His tools to succeed in his goals are his claw grimes, yet the bigger threat is the 10 tails itself. Now for the threat within the village, Kawaki is the antagonist to Sarada, and the tool used to aid Kawaki's goal is Ada, yet the bigger threat to Sarada is Damon. Now if we look at the obvious example being Code, and I say obvious because chapter 2 pretty much just gave it to y'all. Boruto pulls up on Code just to tell him that the upgrades he made on the 10 tails are dangerous, and he even alludes to the fact that the 10 tails could eventually act in its own will, so we must get to the core. We must get to the real 10 tails and stop him before it is too late. To simplify it further, the protagonist Boruto is asking the antagonist Code to stop the greater threat being the 10 tails, because that greater threat is using your own tools against you, Code. And the threat of that is greater than anything that you could plan yourself, so let's just get on the same page and take it out. Now, as for Kawaki, his lack of control is a little bit more subtle, and this makes Sarada's mission tough. And I am saying Kawaki is Sarada's antagonist because Kawaki is the reason why Boruto is seen as a criminal, and Sarada's main goal is to remove that criminal status from Boruto's name. Some may make the case for Ada being the antagonist, but Ada really is just the tool used by Kawaki in order to fulfill his own desire. Now, the two weak points within Kawaki's plot are: one, not everybody within the village is affected by the omnipotence, and two, Ada does not even understand her own abilities. And the evidence of this is shown in chapter 1, where Ada is still under the impression that her charm and omnipotence are two separate abilities, when in actuality it is one ability that has manifested two separate desires. The charm stems from Ada's desire for true love, and the Boruto life switch stems from Kawaki's desire. And although Damon is suspicious of Sarada and Sumire, Ada has failed to realize that neither one of them are affected by her omnipotence. And if Sumire and Sarada are not affected by the omnipotence, it is possible that they may be able to override Kawaki's desires and use Ada to fulfill a desire of their own. And unlike Boruto, Sarada could actually accomplish her mission without the aid of the antagonist, being Kawaki. But one thing I'm looking forward to in the future is, of course, an Amato appearance. I just feel like that's gonna be our real big boss within the village. And then also, I want to know if Kawaki is aware of Sarada and Sumire's situation, you know, that they haven't had their memories switched. But all in all, man, the story is still building up. Like I said, I wish this was at the very most bi-weekly, but we gotta work with what we gotta work with. And I'll see y'all probably the spoilers, but peace.